We've all heard it, the condescending, dismissive label, the angry atheist. It's a lie that's been around for ages, and it seems to persist no matter how much we try to dispel it, as if atheism is synonymous with anger, frustration, and bitterness. Newsflash: atheists aren't inherently angry. In fact, many of us are quite the opposite. We laugh, we love, we enjoy life just like anyone else. It's not just annoying, it's abusive. Why? Because it reduces a complex and diverse group of people to a single negative emotion. Why? Because it's not about accurately describing atheists. It's about dismissing us. It's a way to undermine our arguments without actually engaging with them. It's a manipulative tactic designed to shut down conversations and dismiss our perspectives. By labeling us as angry, it becomes easier to ignore what we're actually saying. Buckle up, because we're diving into why calling atheists angry is straight up BS. It's time to unpack this harmful stereotype and see it for what it really is: a lie. This label is a trump card thrown down to avoid engaging with the actual substance of what atheists are saying. It's a way to sidestep meaningful dialogue and reduce atheists to caricatures. It's a way to paint us as unreasonable, over-emotional, and incapable of rational thought. This stereotype is not just lazy, it's harmful. It perpetuates a cycle of misunderstanding and prejudice. And that's just lazy. It's time to move past these outdated tropes and start seeing atheists for who we really are: diverse, thoughtful, and yes, sometimes passionate individuals who deserve to be heard and understood. So next time you hear someone throw around the angry atheist label, remember that it's just a lazy way to avoid real conversation. Let's challenge these harmful stereotypes and open up a more nuanced dialogue. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to make sense of the world around us, and that deserves respect, not ridicule. Imagine this: you're raising concerns about religious privilege in your community. Maybe it's about school prayer, public funding of religious institutions, or religiously motivated discrimination. Instead of addressing the issue, you're hit with the angry atheist label. Your concerns, no matter how valid, are dismissed as just another case of an atheist throwing a tantrum. This tactic is incredibly effective at shutting down conversations about systemic issues. It shifts the focus from the actual problem to the person raising it, conveniently ignoring the legitimate concerns at hand. Atheists often find themselves on the receiving end of this label when they dare to critique religion or challenge religious dogma. Instead of engaging with the arguments presented, the angry atheist label is deployed to discredit the entire perspective. This tactic is particularly harmful because it creates a chilling effect on free speech. It sends a clear message: if you dare to question or criticize religion, you will be labeled as angry and unreasonable. The angry atheist label reinforces harmful stereotypes about atheists being bitter, resentful, and perpetually enraged. It paints a picture of atheists as humorless, joyless individuals consumed by their lack of belief. This stereotype couldn't be further from the truth. Atheists, like any diverse group, experience a full spectrum of emotions. We laugh, we love, we experience joy and sorrow just like everyone else. But this harmful stereotype persists, fueling prejudice and discrimination. Imagine being told repeatedly that you're angry, even when you're not. This constant assertion can start to wear you down, making you question your own emotions and reactions. You might begin to wonder if you are indeed angry, even when you feel calm. Over time, this can lead to self-doubt and make you question your own perceptions. You start to lose trust in your own feelings and thoughts, creating a sense of confusion and insecurity. This erosion of self-confidence can be deeply unsettling. This is an example of gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation designed to make you doubt your sanity. The manipulator's goal is to gain control by making you feel uncertain and dependent on their version of reality. The angry atheist label can have a similar effect. When atheists are repeatedly labeled as angry, it can create a false narrative that they are hostile or unreasonable, regardless of their actual behavior or feelings. It can make atheists second-guess themselves, hesitant to speak out for fear of being labeled as such. This hesitation can stifle open dialogue and prevent meaningful conversations about beliefs and values. This can lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and even depression. The fear of being misunderstood or unfairly judged can cause individuals to withdraw, further exacerbating their sense of loneliness and emotional distress. It's important to recognize these patterns and address them to foster a more inclusive and understanding environment. Atheism, at its core, is simply the lack of belief in gods due to lack of verifiable evidence. It's not a belief system in itself, and it certainly doesn't dictate one's emotional state. Yet the angry atheist label reduces this complex worldview to a single negative emotion. This reductionist approach ignores the rich diversity of thought and experience within the atheist community. It dismisses the intellectual, philosophical, and ethical foundations that often underpin an atheist worldview. So how do we combat this tired trope? It's a question that requires a multifaceted approach, one that involves both individual and collective action. First, we call it out. Every single time. Whenever we encounter it, whether in casual conversation or in media, we must not let it pass unchallenged. We refuse to let it slide as harmless banter. It's not just a joke, it's a harmful stereotype that perpetuates ignorance and misunderstanding. Second, we educate. We engage in respectful dialogue, challenging stereotypes and promoting understanding. This means having those tough conversations even when it's uncomfortable. We build solidarity, supporting each other and amplifying our voices. It's about creating a community where everyone feels heard and valued. We refuse to be silenced or intimidated. Our strength lies in our unity and our unwavering commitment to change. And most importantly, we remember that we're not alone. There's a vast network of individuals who share our vision and our goals. There are hundreds of millions of us out there living our lives with purpose and meaning without subscribing to a belief in gods. We find fulfillment in our relationships, our work, and our passions. And no amount of name-calling will ever change that. We are resilient and our resolve is unbreakable. Together, we can dismantle these outdated tropes and build a more inclusive and understanding world. It's about taking action, both big and small, to create the change we want to see. Whether it's through activism, education, or simply being there for one another, every effort counts. We must continue to raise awareness and inspire others to join us in this fight. The journey may be long, but every step forward is a victory. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Freethinker's Journey.